Alright guys, here we have the Precision Aerobatics Electric Shock. This has approximately a 30-inch wingspan and it is a 3D plane. We're going to go over the parts that I used in it. I did get their thrust 10 motor, and I also got their Quantum 18 amp ESC, which is recommended for this plane. And I used the 10x3/8 prop, which they say is the best prop for this plane, but they do say to be careful with throttle management because it is just at like the point where the motor, you know, that's like the biggest prop you want to use for the motor. So they say be careful in throttle management with a prop like this. Haven't flown this plane yet, just got it built. Going to talk to you guys a little bit about what it takes to build it. Probably took about between 4 and 5 hours of slow working. My friend Brad actually helped me. Thanks a lot, Brad. He helped me get this done pretty perfectly. I would have rushed through it probably, but we took our time and we got it done really good. The servos that I bought, I did buy the recommended servos. They're Voltec VTS 60BBs. I had huge problems with these. Only 1 out of my 4 worked good. The other ones were like slow, they sounded grindy, didn't center right. So I ended up wasting however much money I spent on these 4 servos because they don't work. So I got different servos. I put in Waypoint servos. They're actually kind of heavy. They're 10 grams, but they're metal servos with good strength, so that's that. This plane comes with the wings pre-hinged and the elevator pre-hinged, but you do have to hinge the rudder, and it just uses the standard little CA hinges. So that was pretty easy to hinge. Now you do have to do a lot of work on this. Have to wrap all the push rods, our carbon fiber here. The push rods go to the little thing at the end that connects to the control arm, and you have to wrap this with string, CA it, and then put heat shrink over it on all of them. Wrap it with string to get the 2 pieces of metal stuck together, CA it, and then put heat shrink over it. So just making the push rods takes a little bit of time, especially the back ones here, which are close to the plane, so it's hard to wrap string. You got to keep pushing it up and through. But it wasn't that bad. It just takes some time. It's, you know, just don't get frustrated with it. You do want long servo arms. These ones are a little shorter, but I get tons of throw, and I set my throws up to 150. I get so much throw on this. But as you can see here, my push rods are a little bit bent. It's not bad. They go into the guides, which go all the way down the body. Ideally, these would be perfectly straight, and if the servo arm was just a tiny bit longer, it would be. So if you get this plane, you want long servo arms. Straighter this is, the better, but how it is, it works just fine with the little bend in it. The landing gear comes pre-drilled, but the landing gear is an optional thing. There are 2 holes where you see these screws, and they have carbon fiber reinforcement. So you buy the landing gear and you just stick it on. Landing gear is really light. I've heard that these wheels can break, but any other wheels can be put on if they do break. Probably just hard landing from someone that broke that, but as far as I know, they seem strong and light. Has a tail skid, which we actually made our own because we couldn't find it in the box, and then after we made our own we found it, but the tail skid is up into the main body and it's epoxied in there. And then the receiver and all the servos are inside the wing here. The receiver is double-sided taped inside the wing, so all your wires are kind of hidden inside, which is nice. So this plane is supposed to be a very good 3D plane, do all types of stunts. You guys know I've had like flat foamies before that I use for 3D, so this is going to be a step up. See what I can do with it. Get a flight video soon. This video I just wanted to kind of show it and talk about it a little bit. From what I could tell, really nice plane, nice put together. I do have one small problem. My ailerons, my right one is just a tiny bit warped, very tiny bit, and they say that can happen in the instruction manuals during shipping or during storage while it's still in the box. They say you can just use a heat gun and kind of re-straighten that, but I mean it looks straight to me. But if I've got these 2 from the back exactly in line, then they won't line up exactly at the same point on the end of the wing, but it's pretty darn close. That's the only thing that's not quite perfectly 100% in line. And anyways, I think it's a pretty nice looking plane, and get some flights of it soon for you guys. So see you guys later.